Part of Ramon's artistry was his ability to capture the underwater world in all its subtle majesty and beauty. These scenes give a whole new meaning to the phrase swimming with sharks. Can you imagine hitching a ride on a 10-foot tiger shark? With their work completed, the stars swim off into the sunset.
To see these caves. And in 1 week or 10 days, I find the first one. And was sensational. I make some photos in this time. Later, I come back to make a movie. And
Dr. Clark arrived with students from the University of Maryland to conduct scientific studies in conjunction with National Geographic. The group of marine biologists, accompanied by Ramon, made many dives before finally encountering a so-called sleeping shark.
But are these sharks really going to sleep? And if so, it would be the first time any fish is known to sleep. And we soon found out that when you
After observing the sleeping sharks in the caves, Dr. Clark and her team decided to investigate, make some tests, record data to try to answer some questions. Many photographs were taken, sharks measured, which under 60 feet of water is a challenge. Currents were measured. Electromagnetic fields were carefully monitored, to which sharks are extremely sensitive. Just about an entire underwater lab was set up. On one of the dives, we encountered two sharks in the same cave, face to face, but seeming oblivious to one another. Water samples were collected. Discussions carried on. And rock specimens gathered, all to be studied back at the lab.
as we progressed,
we decided to conduct some of the respiration tests near the surface in a more controlled environment. We checked the animal's pulse. And tried to determine its respiration rate while at rest. Then we compared these results with those at rest in the caves. Sometimes our subjects didn't quite like so much attention.
In the cave than outside the cave, and we did find a slightly lower salinity. But a sample, the salinity was slightly less than outside the cave. In other words, there was slightly fresh water, a slight amount of fresh water in the cave. And this probably had to do with rains up in the mountains that seeped down and then came.
After countless dives over a period of several months, and after collecting data of all kinds and documenting this phenomenon with photographs and film, there is still no conclusive answer. The sleeping shark mystery is still somewhat a mystery. Is it the lower levels of salinity, or the fresh water seeping in through the bottom of the cave? Or is it just the cleaning station where the sharks have the luxury of being pampered at the mouths of the skilled remorers? Ramon made several more dives into these caves, and on one particular dive, with his photographer friend Rosemary Chesney, they encountered a huge sleeping tiger shark. Rosemary took the opportunity to shoot a few pictures. And then could not resist petting this apparently docile animal. The shark blinks his eye, and all of a sudden wakes and charges Ramon. Rosemary quickly pushes him away, and as he turns around to leave, he scrapes against the coral walls of the cave. The worldwide publicity of the sleeping sharks soon brought droves of tourists to the caves. Everyone wanted to see a passive shark face to face. But acts such as this one soon discouraged the animals from returning to their resting holes.